Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are all doing really well. If you're new, welcome. I do a lot of career and personal finance related videos. So if that's something of interest to you, then please do subscribe to my channel down below and be sure to follow me over on my Instagram page, Success by Sanjana. And if you are interested, you can jump onto my website, successbysanjana.com, where I offer one-on-one career coaching. So as you can tell by the title of today's video, I want to talk about some of the business costs that I incurred when I set up my professional service-based business. So without further ado, let's just jump into the video. So the reason I wanted to sort of create this is just to give you guys a little bit of transparency, insight into the world of starting your own business. Now, for example, my business is quite small in terms of expenses to start up with. It's all obviously relative. There are many other bigger businesses out there which do require a lot of funding, a lot of capital. Unfortunate that my one did not really cost that much. So if you are interested in knowing how much it costs for me to set up my business and you're looking to do the same, then this video is definitely for you. When starting out a business, I would suggest not quitting your 9-to-5 job abruptly. I would recommend starting up your side hustle or your business when you are working your 9-to-5 job. So this means instead of working your 9-to-5, you will also have to work your 5 to 9 hours as well, along with the weekends, because if you want to set up something on the side, it does require a lot of time, a lot of effort. You guys all know I had my YouTube channel for about 3 years before I did actually start generating some sort of decent income from it. So it does take you some time. You're not going to be able to generate money from the get-go. Okay, so I'm going to divide these costs into once-off costs and reoccurring costs. I'm only going to be mentioning business expenses that are related to my service-based business. This is not to do with anything else. I have included some YouTube expenses that I did have to incur this year, but this is purely for service-based businesses. I'm going to start talking about the once-off costs that I had to pay. So let's get started. So when starting out my business, once I had the idea, I had the concept, I knew exactly what I wanted. I needed to create a website. So I jumped onto Upwork. This is a freelance website where you can find many skills, people with expertise from photography, from design making, from video editing, anything at all. And I jumped on there to get someone to create my website for me. So for this cost, I paid someone $300. You may be asking, that's very cheap for a website. Yes, it was. And the reason that it was actually cheap was because the person that I had to create my website was actually not the best, but I didn't realize this until I contacted my second Upwork freelancer to upgrade my website and change a few things. And that's when I found out that my website was actually very poor in terms of its appeal, audience appeal. It was very poor in terms of its layout, and a lot of things were just not working. Now, I created my website up on Wix, which is very easy for you to do yourself, but I didn't want to do this myself because I was strapped for time. I had time constraints. I was still working my 9-to-5 job, so I didn't really want to do this myself and put in extra hours. So I thought it would be easier to pay someone. And this is when my second Upwork website developer told me that it had to be upgraded, and he created my website again from scratch, and that cost me about $550. Now you still may be thinking that's very cheap, but because he was starting out, he was still quite new, I thought to give him a chance because I had seen some of the examples he created and I didn't really need anything too flashy. So I thought I'd give him a chance, and he was great. So I went ahead and then created my final website, which is what you guys are currently seeing today. Now, the next cost incurred was to do with the website, but the back end to the website, making sure that all of the systems spoke to each other, everything flowed. If someone clicked, they wanted to book in a service, or they wanted to download my budget, they wanted to maybe read my ebook, I needed to make sure that these links were all working. So for that, I paid someone also from Upwork. I paid them $100 to get that all organized. Now, the next cost that I incurred, this is another once-off cost, and that is the design of my ebook. So I had written up an ebook, I had it all in Word format, and I needed someone to help me brand it and make it look professional. So I again jumped onto Upwork and I found someone that could design it and make it look pretty for me. So for that service, that costed me about $250. Now, mind you, all costs are in Australian dollars. Now, the next cost I have is when you jump onto my website, you'll be able to see on the services page, I've got videos talking about the services that I offer. Now, these videos are professionally shot. Actually, I shot them myself, but they were professionally edited. And again, I got someone from Upwork to edit these for me. I could have edited these myself, but there was just time restraints and I really wanted these to look professional. There's a lot of on-screen text, a lot of animation as well, and that's something I'm not very experienced in, so I got someone to help out. And that cost me a total of about $200. Now, when I did actually look into setting up my business, I had to think about what structure I wanted to go with. And after speaking to my accountant, we discussed that it would be beneficial for me to not operate as a sole trader, but rather as a company. So the costs involved for setting up a company range from about $600 to $1,200. I had to pay about $800 to set up my company. The next once-off cost that I incurred was the application TimeBolt. So for those of you who are aware, it's a video editing software where it actually cuts out a lot of the pauses, a lot of the silences in my raw footage, allowing me to edit videos a lot quicker. And for that, I ended up paying $146 for the lifetime subscription. So I thought, I'm going to be editing these videos myself. I am a video editor. I can do this myself if I need to. I do need this application to allow me to efficiently edit my videos, so I downloaded this, and that was a once-off payment. Now, the next application that I had to actually pay outright was something called ActiveCampaign. This is obviously a back-end system application which helps me to deliver the ebook and the budget to you. So it's very much linked to my website. And for this, I had to pay about $186 all up. Now, another website related expense is when you see on my homepage and you do scroll down, you see that I've got a few tiles which have been picked up from my Instagram page. So for that sort of feature, I had to pay about $10. It's a once-off fee, but it does make the website look very much clean and very put together. Now, this is not actually a website related expense or business expense, but I did actually purchase a vlogging camera as well. I wanted to include this because I wanted to mention some of the costs that did come up as well. And obviously I do run my service-based business, but my overarching business is my content creation. Me being a digital creator, I had to purchase a vlogging camera. I do have a few cameras already, but I needed a vlogging one because it was just a bit more practical, more convenient, and it is smaller as well. So that set me back about $700. Now, in order to obviously work from home, because I am a one-man show, I wanted to make sure that I invested in an ergonomic mouse, because I know for me, using an ordinary mouse has really impacted my arm and definitely does hurt a lot. So I decided to get a vertical mouse, and that set me back about $50. I do also have a laptop stand as well that does allow for the laptop to be elevated to my eye level, so that set me back about $30. I will also be leaving links to everything that I have actually mentioned, any products, down in the description box below, so be sure to check that out. Now, you guys all know, being a content creator, digital creator, having a service, an application like Canva is very important. So I decided to pay for Canva. It is an annual payment, but I decided to include it as a once-off just because it isn't actually a monthly payment. So the total price I paid for the Canva service is about $165. Now, all of my once-off expenses come to a total of $3,487. Now let's move on to my recurring expenses. These are expenses that I pay on a monthly basis without a fail. So the first expense that I have to pay is for my Wix membership. This is a monthly payment I need to make because I have a website which sits on Wix. So for that, I pay a total of $17.17. Now also, along with my website, I have Calendly, which is a booking service, a booking platform, which allows you guys to book in services with me. and that is a monthly subscription for about $19.52. Being a business owner, I thought there was value in getting the Google Suite, where I am able to get a custom domain name or custom email, and that cost me about $10 a month. There are a few more perks associated with it, which I will leave to you guys to do your own research. I do have another website related cost. This just helps my website in terms of workflow and linking certain web pages so that you guys are able to download specific things from my website. So this is a service called Zapier, and for this I pay $17.82 per month. I do also have Google Storage, which I pay about $2.50 for each month because I am exporting a lot of footage, a lot of content, videos, music, things like that. So this is something that I definitely needed. Being a content creator, I had to get a music subscription service. This is all music which is copyright free, so I pay for Epidemic Sound, and this comes to a total of $20.59. And the final cost that I have on a monthly basis, this is something that I didn't really know I needed until now. For the last month or so, I have actually got a video editor to edit all of my videos, just because I find that it is very time consuming for me to run my business, to create content, to edit all the content, and do all of the admin work behind the scenes was just getting too much for me. So I decided to outsource this and get a video editor on board. And the video editor does actually edit my videos for both of my channels, and I pay about $600 for that service. Now, all up, the monthly expenses that I incur is about $687.60. Now, if we combine the once-off and the reoccurring expenses, we come to a total of $4,174.60. Now, as you can see, you may think it is expensive, you may think it's cheap to set up a business like the one I have today, but I just thought it would be very helpful for anyone that is looking to get into the industry that I am currently in and wants to know, what are the costs involved with setting up a business? What are the costs involved with getting a few things to set up your video editing space or getting yourself ready to create content? But guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video, you found it helpful, useful. If you did, then please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Thanks guys.